The Liver King's comeback is horrible. Let's get into it.
So I just watched the Liver King
Mm,
documentary that recently dropped on
okay.
Netflix, where the Liver God himself is answering to not only
Yeah.
the critics, but also updating us on his life, or at least the persona
Mm.
of an identity that he is.
And keep in mind, some of the stuff I might say might be false. I don't know. I don't really know the guy too well. I don't really know. I've never really heard of him before. You know what I'm saying? So.
Found himself wrapped in. And let me just tell you guys, this had to be some of the most embarrassing television I've watched in a very long time. The
Mm.
level to which this man buys into his own self-made hype and starts to believe in his head what I see as a ton of lies is absolutely insane.
I felt like a new level of invincibility.
Light it the fuck up!
That kind of feeling is dangerous.
This dude is truly allergic to accountability.
Yeah.
He is in love with
Oh,
himself,
fuck.
and his reasoning for how and why he does things makes me think that he believes the people watching at home are absolute idiots.
Liver King.
I mean, don't get me wrong, he does have some decent qualities and some
Bro, Deadass has to be on fucking steroids. How did this guy get so big? How? What the fuck?
values I would think that most people would say are good or positive, but obviously there's also this other side to him that is not to be trusted. The classic snake oil salesman trope. Like, I feel a lot of the same ways about him that I do someone like Gary Vee.
Like Gary V or whatever that guy's name is, Jerry V, telling people to fucking sell their home and sleep in their yard. You know what I'm saying? And that dude was raised on a damn wine farm or something.
The
dude.
fuck?
They're fucking, you know what I'm
Wait,
saying?
wait. Did that Jerry or Gary or whatever the fuck the name is? Did he actually tell people to sleep on their damn sell their house and sleep on the yard? Sleep in the yard? What the fuck?
Saying dude hiding
That's
grapes
crazy.
in his ass at night.
So the documentary introduces us to our primal god. They explain that he has been working out his whole life and living the ancestral lifestyle for the last 15 years, which is obviously based in not showering, eating various livestock testicles, and of course devouring pounds upon pounds of liver and other raw meat.
We evolved with sun. We evolved with these sort of organs. We never had processed.
This guy ate raw meat. He eats raw meat. Fuck no, bro. He cannot be trusted, man.
Ever in our lives.
He can't be
I threw out
trusted.
everything out of the house. All the boxes went. There was nothing in there. Just bone broth, liver, and meat.
And when this guy first came out, there were many people out there who actually held the belief that he achieved this physique by living this lifestyle.
What you need to do is learn about the root cause, these 9 ancestral tenets that will optimize your hormones and optimize your neurochemistry. You're going to be so happy and so fulfilled and have so much energy, so much positivity, so much love and light to share with the world.
But let's be honest, guys, anyone with a brain could tell that this guy was absolutely juiced to the gills.
Yeah,
Like,
facts,
he had
yeah.
more
He
steroids
was
coursing
juiced,
through his
yeah.
body than the 96 Yankees. And obviously 2 years ago, he was exposed by this guy named Derek, aka More Plates, More Dates, for allegedly taking $11,000 of roids per month.
Him portraying the explosion of his polarizing
He takes $11,000 in steroids a month, boy. How the fuck is he still alive?
brand as something he,
What
never
the
wanted
fuck?
to do, didn't intend to do for financial reasons at all, is perceived to be deceitful by many.
And that is really what most of this documentary is about. His lifestyle, sure, but I would say that is the real payoff, that is the climax. And right away, it was beyond apparent to me, in my opinion, that this dude is still roided the fuck up. I mean, the guy truly looks bigger than ever after fighting off those YouTube commentary demons bestowed upon him 2 years ago. It's like the guy went into the shadows to train, only the shadows for him are losing his mind on TikTok. He talks about his upbringing, how he always felt small, alone, different, and inferior to other people growing up.
I was little Brian. Then I would go to the
The
mirror.
fuck is he
start
doing?
to study what I need to do. How can I change to change this?
It really does seem like not having a father around really affected this guy, and so he started going to the gym, and that is when he apparently gained all of this confidence and really fell in love with that grind.
Let me tell you a story you won't fucking believe. My first fucking time I ever in my life was on a bench press. But I'm fucking benching, man, and I felt it coming on, and I couldn't fucking believe it.
Well, I gotta say, guys, that is something that I never thought I'd hear in my life. I mean, jizzing at the gym is absolute menace activity if I've ever witnessed it. I mean, imagine guys hitting a new PR on the bench.
Taking steroids in general It's some cringe activity, bro. Like, why the fuck do you take steroids? Nobody wants somebody who's so buff, where all their veins are sticking out of their neck. They're going all the way down their chest to their stomach. Like, bro, come on, bro.
bench pressing, you just bust a
That
nut
shit look
everywhere.
nasty
Jan
as
is in there
fuck.
talking about,
Why is this one so sticky?
Alright, who brought the Elmer's glue, guys?
as a matter of fact, that is likely one of the many reasons that he is so fucked up currently. And I do have to say, guys, the liver god is looking far from immortal to me. In fact, he has aged a couple of decades since this entire Liver King fiasco began. He's also had several major problems with his health
So does this guy not shower? Or what?
in the recent past, and I guess I just don't see him as some sort of beacon for wellness.
I used to hate my fucking life, and now I've made my fucking fortune.
Another interesting thing he says here is that since he didn't have a father figure in his life, action characters in those 80s movies, especially good old Arnie, was the closest thing that he ever got to having a father. And so to him, those action stars were the model of what a man should be, which also explains a whole lot.
I made the exact man, the savage fucking king that I always wanted to be. I could be my hero.
Now, the other main thing I want to talk about in the documentary is actually his relationship with his family and his sons. I'm not into telling anyone how to raise their kids, but it's clear to me watching this that his oldest son seems a little bit sick of the lifestyle that they live, and possibly how they've now become like this liver family to be marketed to millions of people. He's probably close to around college age, so I'm sure he just wants to do some normal shit, and really does not want his life to revolve around this.
Like father, like son, eating an eyeball down the hatch. Little boy, ouch.
Like, the dude does not want to keep
no,
sleeping
he does
on the
not
floor.
want to eat that.
His brother is at the damn dinner table eating raw ground beef off a plate. In fact, I would say that every
Ew, bro. Fuck no. That's disgusting.
Single frame, the old
How much salmonella has this family went through in their life, bro? What the fuck?
older brother is in, he looks absolutely miserable, and he even takes the time to mock his father with his facial expressions in several scenes.
I do want to be pretty built, but no, like, always stuck here with my arms and everything.
What'd you break?
My soul, my body.
I want you to take a minute.
Now, the youngest son does seem more bought into the system his father has created. This is probably a similar attitude that most kids would have until they grow up and really see what is going on. And I will say, the wife is completely on board with her Liver King. I mean, they're all waking up and eating a hefty serving of cow balls on the daily. And I will also say there is some serious deception to her personality as well, but we'll get to that here in a second.
The diet changed everything. Our life and the kids' life. Right away.
The ancestral lifestyle worked.
And you have to understand that these are people who had great jobs in the past, and are likely both very smart and were able to achieve success long before Liver King. But it's like the lines between the character and the actual man and his family have just blurred too much. He basically took the teachings of this man named Mark Sisson and really took them to the extreme. And that's where he started to make these ancestral supplements in 2016, and that is what initially made him very wealthy.
To sell liver in pills? You know how many people said that would be a great idea? And now you're gonna fucking buy it? Who would buy it? Every month, you know? We'll turn out about 250,000 people, thought it was a good idea.
Now, when the Liver King would hire a marketing agency is when things would really change
I'm never
in
buying
his
no
career.
supplements.
The marketing guy explains that at first, the Liver King did not want to do all of this outlandish, flashy stuff, but once it started going viral, that this man fell in love with the clout. And then he would really fall in love with his Liver King persona when he went on Logan Paul's podcast for his first ever interview and realized how easy it was to go on and sell people on his bullshit.
I'm a quaking motherfucking mess for the month up to that time.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have the Liver King in the house.
I loved it. This is what enabled us to become the baddest fucking mammalian predators that ever lived. That felt like new levels of invincibility. That kind of feeling is a dangerous.
And
Yo,
this
what up,
is where
Lucy?
the steroid
Shout out to
discourse
the
really
shout out to
begins, as every single
the
show
stream.
he went
Shout out
on,
to
they
you.
were asking him if he was roided up, something that he obviously denied time and time again.
No, he's definitely
Never
royal.
taken steroids. I've never done PEDs other than prioritize, execute, and dominate in life.
Do you think if I was on steroids, I would have these fucking appendages down here, these legs?
Have
Do you
legs?
see how fucking little my fucking legs are? Whenever somebody says,
That didn't even make no sense. Oh wait, yeah, nah, maybe it do, but he still is. There's no way he's not on steroids.
he's got to be
At the end of the
doing that.
day.
He has to be doing that. The reason why I think that's a dangerous message to
Oh,
share is
shout-
because
what's
invariably
up,
some people
Chapo?
want to look like me. And
Oh
the-
yeah,
and-
that makes sense.
And so what I think is dangerous about that is because of that, some people will say, well, then that means I got to do that stuff to look like that.
And amazingly,
What
till
the
this day,
bro?
he still does not understand why it is such a big issue for him to lie about being on gear.
You know, like, this has nothing to do with the fucking message. If it has nothing to do with the fucking message, why are we going to talk about me and steroids? So we'll just get past that real easy. No.
Well, when you are basing your entire brand and propping yourself up as the poster boy for this lifestyle and these supplements, lying about how you achieved your physique matters a whole
bro.
lot. It would be like a personal trainer lying about being on steroids and telling his clients they can look just like him with his training program and diet. It's obviously a deceptive practice. And how he still does not see the problem with this is just mind-blowing.
I
to
still
me.
cannot-
mean,
I don't
it's a
know.
true testament to how big his ego is. Now, the weirdest part of this entire thing has to be this scene where they go out and have a bull shot
Shit,
on
nasty.
their
How the fuck does he
land,
do this?
And then the Liver King and his family sprint up to this dead bull, and he immediately starts slicing it open right then and there, and proceeds to feed the recently deceased testicles right to his family.
Ew, bro.
Testicles for dinner? Remember what it is that we're sharing.
Cow testicles. Ice cream sandwich. Yum.
Oh, bro, this shit is nasty, bro.
I'm full.
None of them wanted a second round of that nasty shit. They want some damn Chick-fil-A in their life. And keep in mind, this is all really for a TikTok video, as the whole thing was recorded as the cameraman tries to hold back his laugh.
We got the lever!
I mean, their mom was out there giving them directions on exactly what to do. And I don't know, this whole thing is just so fucked up and theatrical to me.
Making your like, especially like making your kids eat liver for views and likes and bro, like that shit, bro, that shit is so fucking nasty, bro.
He's out there acting like he was hunting in the wild to save.
Like, clout is a hell of a drug, bro. Like, why do this for clout, bro? Like, there's other ways you can make money. There's other things you can do for clout. But really, you're gonna resort to raw meat and eating liver?
His own life,
Hell
and his
no.
sons look so incredibly uncomfortable. And I do want to make it clear, this whole thing isn't a knock on the kids. Obviously uncomfortable.
Oh,
Sign up for this, and they seem like very well-behaved young men. Liver King then says here that only pussies go to the grocery store.
The most brutal possible fucking thing I think you could do is go to the grocery store, go to...
When you talk like this, when you talk, the most thing you could do is go to the grocery store. Man, get that fucking shit out your mouth, bitch. Start doing this shit.
Burger King. That's horrific.
And ironically, that everyone
come on.
needs to put their phones down.
You know what you should do is put down the fucking phone.
Right.
Although he is one of the biggest clout-hungry individuals I've
Ah,
ever seen.
right.
You know, so you get a bunch of views on Instagram, you guys know, you just let it keep playing over and over, you get more views. Someone just told me yesterday, so I leave it on all the fucking time now.
Because this wasn't about his family, it was about the clout. It was about the clip, it was about massaging his own ego. That whole situation is simply a microcosm of his entire life. He talks about how CPS gets called on them all the time, and he acts like it's no big deal.
You make your kids crawl inside animals and eat testicles and freeze them in the cold.
And this is really where the climax hits, the drama of his getting exposed for the roids. And he says when he found out about
Fuck
the video
no.
exposing him that his wife wanted him to keep on lying.
My queen's right here, and we're sitting on the pew, and it's dark, and she says, "You're not gonna admit anything, right?"
What you're just trying to spread to the world how we live, you know?
She also does not see absolutely anything wrong with this at all. He spends time calling all of his detractors a bunch of gutless pussies.
Fuck you. Who the fuck are you? What kind of harm did I really fucking do?
At that time, he asked his marketing manager what to do, and his advice was to basically come clean and face the music. It talks a little bit about his apology, and then also goes into this weird sidetrack where he talks once again about his insecurities growing up, and also says that he used to basically scam by doing things like receipt fraud at GNC where he worked, and that back in college he was printing counterfeit money and even making and selling drugs from his apartment like Walter White.
Higher stakes, higher reward. My perception of risk is becoming distorted. I just never got caught.
Which obviously damages his credibility even more. Like, I don't even know why they included that shit. It just kind of comes out of left field and then they just move on right away. But then in his most laughable offense of the entire documentary, at the very end, this dude actually has the audacity to claim that he's still no longer on steroids.
I couldn't take any of those drugs, and then I started to live a fucking life that I didn't even know was possible. I'm back in my 20s, not on anything. I'm on this. Vegetables and testicles.
Yeah, I'm sure it's those vegetables that made you look like this.
Most people don't know I take a shit at the south end of the garden. You should see what grows over there.
And I'm guessing that might be his newest grift, is to get into the plant supplement space. He also talks about his plans to create over 300 retreat spaces where people can go and practice and learn how to live his lifestyle. So I don't
think anybody should want to live that lifestyle.
Going strong. And this all despite his horrible fan engagement.
Alright, bro, I had enough of this shitty ass, nasty ass video, bro. I'll see y'all in the fucking next one. I'm out. Peace.